Who do you think is better for the country, Trump or Biden?
Trump.
I say Trump.
Why do you say that?
He's a businessman. He's going to think business. And Biden is a racist.
No wars, great policies, best years in the stock market.
Biden ain't doing we gonna get rid of his sleep.
Yeah, we gonna get rid of his sleepy behind, okay? I'm not gonna curse. I'm gonna keep it PG. All right. Shout out to the, I believe that is Black Conservative Federation. And I think that's in Chicago, if I remember correctly. I could be wrong. But what I do want to talk about today is MSNBC and what they found out in Georgia. This is going to be interesting, guys. You are not going to want to miss this. This is must-see TV, and I am happy, so happy to be seeing this. It is a beautiful thing when this starts happening. Like, share, comment, and hit that subscribe button if you are new. And let's dive in.
Well, guys, good morning to you. You know, this is one of the most closely watched counties here in the key battleground state of Georgia. So it seemed like the perfect place to come out and talk to Republican voters and see all of the coverage, all of the things that we're talking about with this New York hush money trial. How is it impacting them down here? So I spoke with about 5 different Republicans, and they represent a very wide cross section, a very diverse group of Republican voters here in this county. And I asked them, how are they being impacted by this trial? Are they paying close attention? And what impact might a guilty verdict have on their decision to support the former president? Here's what they told me. Take a look. Do each of you support Donald Trump?
I do.
Yes for all 3 of you? Yes. Has this trial changed your opinion, even caused you to waver or question that at all?
No, it's actually caused me to support him more. I just don't believe there's a coincidence that we have a trial happening in Atlanta. We have one happening in New York. So the question people are beginning to ask themselves, like I did, is like, why now?
It's pretty much everybody says they're picking on him.
We know exactly why. And this is why I said, and you guys may remember, I've said this in previous videos, and obviously you all can verify it. I said that Democrats would have been better off if they would have gone after Trump for one little thing, you know, and got him on that one thing, and it wasn't like overly exaggerated, wasn't like over the top, right? How they're trying to do now. Oh my goodness, Trump's the worst person on this earth. Like, if they just would have had just one case, one little thing where they just went after him on this, and they tried to keep it low key as possible, they might have been able to get away with it. But since wow, talking like Joe Biden right now. But since they made it so cartoonish, they made it so over the top, they made it seem as if Trump is worse than Scarface or Al Capone or, you know, like any of these like historic or prolific gangsters, right, that have walked this earth. Like he's worse than them. We got to throw him under the jail for 200 years and blah, blah. Like, come on now. Really? You know, like they've made it so cartoonish that it's obvious to anybody and everybody watching that this is bogus. This is totally BS at this point. Man, wow. This stuff is absolutely insane.
Pretty much everybody says they're picking on him. You know, people are tired of going after him, and you see it in so many areas. It's really not a big issue in the party. Actually, they're really making everybody mad, and they look at a big bully, and the government is the bully.
This is going to be your first time casting a ballot. What is it for you that drives your support of the former president?
I think always fighting. I mean, he's taken so much just defense from news and everything, but he still hasn't given up. He keeps fighting to do what's right.
I've talked to many people who formerly identified as a Democrat. They have changed their political persuasion to independent, and they are looking forward to voting for Trump. Wow. Because now they find something in common with a political candidate at that level.
When you say they find commonality, what is that commonality?
They have felt persecuted by the system of American injustice. And it's not a stretch for them to think that Trump may be a victim as well. People see that there's some kind of commonality between himself and maybe all the black men that have been incarcerated and the families that have been impacted by black male incarceration here.
So you heard a lot there. That was the sum total of about 3 hours worth of conversation distilled down into those sound bites you heard. But let me just tell you a little bit about those voters. One of the people that you heard from was the chairman of the county GOP, the Republican Party here. We talked to a longtime volunteer, somebody who's out knocking on doors, talking to voters every single day. And then also in that group is somebody who is going to cast their ballot for the very first time this fall as a current 17-year-old. And so really what I heard among all of them, though, is that the trial only furthers their support of the former president in many cases, and that a guilty verdict would not impact their support.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. The thing that they wanted so badly, we got to get Trump. We have to get him. We got to get him. We got to throw this guy in jail to take him down. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. You just heard her say it there. That's MSDNC. You guys know the type of stuff that they spew out. I'm shocked that they even are airing this type of stuff. Now, and I'll get to that here in a second. You just listen to folks tell you these trials only make me support Trump even more. In a guilty verdict, I wouldn't care at all. Now, when I tell you things are about to get wild and crazy, I mean it. They're going to get wild and crazy. I don't know what's going to happen, when it's going to happen, how it's going to happen, but I'm almost willing to make a bet. Something is going to happen because this was the Democrat plan. We gonna take him down in the courtroom. That's how we gonna do it. We gonna lock him up, or we're gonna keep him on trial so he can't campaign. We're gonna throw dirt all over his name. And I've talked about that in recent videos. The whole hush money trial. That's why all the information that is irrelevant to the case is coming out. We're just gonna throw dirt on his name. It doesn't matter if we actually get a conviction. Just bury him under just ungodly amounts of dirt. Just do it. Just say whatever we need to say. Sensationalize the story. Just make it sound nasty and dirty, please. It's not working. It's not working. None of it. The things that they coddled so closely, these trials, it's not working. They're going to try something else. Like I said before, I don't know what that is, or or when, or, but something else is going to happen. Now I do want to show you guys this, and I've shown you this before, but this is why I say something is going to happen, or another reason why I say something is going to happen. Check it out.
Look, these Sunbelt battleground states, frankly, for the Joe Biden campaign, these numbers are an absolute disaster. The smallest lead is in Arizona for Donald Trump. He's up 6. Look at this, 9 in Georgia, 13 in Nevada. My goodness gracious, my God.
Yeah. It is getting ugly. The only swing state that Biden is currently leading in, and Trump isn't leading that big in every single swing state. I want to make that clear, right? I don't want to try to mislead anyone, okay? But the only swing state that Biden is allegedly leading in is Michigan. And it's by 1 point. And we all know polls when it comes to Trump. He's polling greater than what the polls actually say. And both past elections told us that. Even if you want to go back to 2016 or 2020, both elections told that same story. There were some polls where Biden was up by almost 10 points or 10 points in 2020, and that election came down to the wire. Allegedly, of course. And then in 2016, the polls were saying that Hillary was going to win. In actuality, Trump pulled off the W. And I think the reason why is because, unfortunately, even still today, you have a lot of closet Trump supporters because of the way Democrats and people on the left treat Republicans, which is always interesting how that works because mainstream media always accuses people on the right of being the mean and nasty and terrible folks, but it's Trump supporters who can't openly be Trump supporters. Otherwise, they're attacked, They're fired from their jobs. They're ridiculed, right? And all types of things, but it doesn't go the other way around. Like, I might laugh at you for supporting Biden and, you know, like, that's who you support. Okay. But I'm not going to attack you, right? I'm not going to destroy your property because you're a Biden supporter. So yeah, there are a lot of closet Trump supporters, even still to this day. Even though we have lots of videos of people coming out and saying, hey, I support Trump, I still do believe that there are a lot of closet Trump supporters. But as always, that's just my humble opinion on it. You guys can let me know how you feel about all of this in the comment section below. And my final question, what do you guys think Democrats will do? What's going to happen? Is it the bird flu? Are they going to turn that into the next COVID pandemic and send out a bunch of ballots? Is it they cut the power? Is it WW3? Is it some other bug of some sort? What do you think they are going to do? Let me know. Y'all stay safe out there. Peace and love. I'm out.